She contacted me after her perfect husband cheated on her. Now her poisonous friends are attacking me for not accepting her. She just got divorced. Her husband left her for a younger woman. She is 36, I am 38, and her husband is 43. He left her for a 23-year-old Swedish girl. She has 3 children with him and 2 younger ones, aged 3 and 4. She contacted me on Facebook, saying she couldn't breathe when she saw my face again. She said I was too handsome and that she was getting old and all that sort of thing. I saw her on the alumni page of our college and decided to join the group. I decided to reply to her, pretending to be friendly, but the pain returned. I forgot about this woman and it took 3 years to get over her and move on. I still remember her packing up with some girls from class and saying she would never date me. This is what one of the girls told me, saying that the other girls had told her that I wasn't strong enough for her, and that she should find a strong man. These strange things made no sense, like they were jealous and planting seeds in her mind. I also remember telling her that you shouldn't tell those girls the details of our lives. And if you say something sad or hurtful or anything like that, they will try to plant seeds in your mind. She cried and said she didn't know how to trust anyone, that she trusted them more than she trusted me, and eventually cheated on me, having sex with 10 people including mutual friends and 2 girls I thought we were close friends with. This was around the mid-2000s. She claimed she was drunk. She tried to work it out with me but the trust was broken. I tried but couldn't, so I left. It was hard to miss her and watch her smile. Until one of our friends ran into me in a bookstore and we talked about the past. I asked about her and she told me she had moved on from me really quickly. She never asked about me, never missed me. She started dating a few guys, including one of our friends. Basically all my friends were her friends too. The sad thing is that I became friends with them first and then she appeared. I decided that these people were not good people. They hid what she had done from me and all said bad things about me to her. She eventually got married, which she told me in the post. She said she had seen me while I was at company. She was still working and said she was grateful that she had been able to find a well-paid job during this time. I told her I had been fired, trying to make her lose interest, but her husband cheated on her, and one day told her he had met another woman, which shocked her. She kept crying. He left her in 2019. She tried to fight for their marriage, but he said he had impregnated his mistress and they quickly finalized their divorce. He said she wanted full custody but he could visit the kids from time to time. He said it was the least he could do for the pain he had caused her. She told me it was a man her sister and best friend had both picked for her, and they basically approved of him. He is not handsome or charming but he has a head on his shoulders and takes care of his mom and family. She told me that she chose him over me. When she said this she started crying and she asked about my life, asking if I got married or had children. I said no, so she sent me pictures of us together, as if nothing had changed. I felt so angry. What was this woman thinking? Didn't she know how she ended our relationship? She sided with them, never cared about me, and now she only contacts me when she has lost her looks. Her husband has left her, and she is using me. I remain calm and she asks to hear my voice. She says, "Can I call you?" I don't know. I thought okay. When I said hello she started crying. She said, "I can't believe it, my stomach is empty. I miss your voice, I can't breathe." These are real tears like running water. I said, "Are you okay? Don't cry." She told me she can't stop thinking about me. How I used to smile at her. How I was so honest and would make her laugh, charming. She said she remembered the cologne I used. I was on the phone trying to control my emotions because I was having mixed feelings. I was happy to hear from the woman I had loved years ago, but also sad because she had stabbed me in the back and never cared about me. We talked for a while and she asked to meet just once. I hung up, and she texted me to say she was sorry. I texted back, "Sorry answer." She said, "I can see you in person, it's easier for me to explain." I said it's best we not meet in person with this and all. She said, "No, they let you go out to eat outside, we can catch a bite, I need to see you or I'll crumble." I can't. She told me she listened to the wrong advice and should have listened to me, but she struggled. She told me she cried for days struggling on what to do. She wants to be with me, but they told her I'm a bum and will never amount to anything and I'm a pretty boy and pretty boys always cheat. So she cheated to make me stop loving her. She claimed that's why she made out with a lot of people at parties, because she knew I would never stop loving her. She said her friends and family didn't like me, and she couldn't choose me over them. Then I, as a caring person, Didn't want to hear her say that she went through so much and her husband left her and she was all alone. So I said, please don't mention this, it hurts me too. I don't want to get angry, it's in the past. Let's look forward and focus on the children. Maybe there will be single fathers who will date you, and you can form a blended family or something. I asked my aunt and cousins for their opinion, and they told me that she is the devil, a wolf in sheep's clothing. Don't give her time. This woman has never loved you. A woman who loves you will die for you. She will never want to see you get hurt. You are a good person. You care too much. She knows that. Why do you feel sorry for her? My aunt told me to ask myself, when you are hurt, will she be there for you? If you stand in her shoes, would she do the same for you? I said no, she wouldn't. Recently, her best friend messaged me saying that if I really loved her, I would give her a second chance. When I saw this message, I was furious. She gave me a second chance, what should I do? She abandoned me and left me to fend for myself, and now they are trying to make me feel guilty. As I just messaged back, I didn't mean to hurt her, but she left me for that man. How would you feel? She said, I understand, but just because she has 3 children doesn't mean she can't love you. She did love you before, forgive her and move on. You're not young yourself, so this friend of mine who I also know spoke to me like this. She is one of the girlfriends who advised her not to get back together with me. She is the one who set her up with that man get married, so I was wondering, if this girl really loves me, why is she still talking to this unworthy woman? And asked her to send me a message. Then 2 days later, her father sent me a message saying that my daughter is in pain and she just wants to have an end to it. Can you at least give her an end? I was shocked again. Why should I give her what she wants? When I wanted an end, she never gave me anything. She let me fend for myself. I couldn't believe it. This was the same man who hated me so much, but fell in love with the honest man she married, the man who cheated on her. Now he had the nerve to force me to get back together with his daughter. This is crazy. I'm so glad my aunt and cousin told me the truth about what happened. Her father tried to get me back together with her after she was dumped with 3 kids, and this man even told her that her husband was much better than me. I'm so angry. What should I do about this situation? Please help me update. I struggled, but I had to see her. I had already made a mistake by replying to her message on Facebook, and then letting her call me. I met her. I tried my best not to get angry and not show it. When I met her, she was already waiting outside the restaurant. She saw me walking over. I had a mask in my hand, and at first I didn't notice her until she saw me. I walked over and saw someone crying with their hands over their face. It was her, and she ran over to hug me. I didn't hug her back. I kept my hands to the side. She was emotional and there were other people around. An older lady walked past us and asked if we were married and if he had returned from military service. I said no, just an old friend from college. The older lady said, oh dear, she's so emotional over an old friend. You two are so cute together. I already felt it was a bad idea. She was so emotional that it was obvious. People looked at us as if we were in love or she was in love and they were going to kiss her. I kept calm. We waited outside after ordering. She looked older and had put on weight. She told me she missed me and her heart was pounding. We started chatting and she showed me pictures of her daughter. I said they looked just like their father. She was really happy, but for me I wasn't happy. She acted like everything was fine, and I just went along with it. After we finished eating, I wanted to talk to her in private, so I said let's go to the park area and sit on a bench and talk. I said, why did you want to meet me? She said bluntly that she missed me and asked me to listen to her explanation and not be angry, that she wasn't good at explaining. She told me that she messed up, that she understood if I didn't want anything to do with her, but that if I hadn't gone through what I had, if I hadn't married that man, and if he had left me, I would never have known that you were the one. Then I yelled at her. I can't take it anymore. I first calmly talked to her, told her, let me see if I understood correctly, you cheated on me but stayed friends with the girls who said bad things about me. You kissed those girls passionately at parties, you kissed and made out with those friends but left me to fend for myself. The person I loved you most, the only person I trusted you, the only person who opened up their heart to you, and you left me to fend for myself. I asked her if you were still in contact with those friends after all you'd done. She started crying and said yes. So you abandoned me. Now you want me be part of your life again after your husband cheated on you and left you for a younger woman. She cried and said, I understand that. I said, do you know how rude and shameless it is for you to even have the nerve to make such a suggestion, as if I had won some kind of prize? What exactly have I won that is so special? What do you have to offer me? What do these younger women not have? You have betrayed me, you have cheated on me, you have abandoned me, you are dead, you have lied, you have betrayed me, you still talk to those people, you choose them over me, you listen to them over me, you had a child with another man, which shows that you used me, you don't care about me, you think I'm the kind of fool who will forgive you. She started to cry very hard and said in a panic, I don't know what to say, I'm sorry, I blame myself every day for what I did to you. I do feel guilty, and then I shouted, nonsense, you are full of nonsense, you continue to live for me, they told me, she asked who told you, I said it doesn't matter, you go on dates with men, I hate men, we met just after you left me, I feel so guilty, I feel it's all my fault, you even lie to this day, you never asked about me. They played a video of us together, and you didn't even shed a tear. 3 years after you left me, I did this not to hurt you because I know what kind of person you are. You would go to your sisters and your girlfriends to vent because you don't know how to think independently, and they would say the same nonsense, saying that I'm not good and that you should find someone better. I told her that I love you, I want you to have my children, and if you marry me, I will still be with you. She said that I know her sister called her, she is helping her babysit, and she has to go to work soon, so we ended the meeting early. I walked her to her car, and she tried to hug me again, I said no, she argued with me, I said no, just let her hug me, she started sniffing my neck and told me how much she missed my scent and cologne. Shortly after I got home and before going to bed, she sent me a text message saying that I will not stop fighting for you. You asked me what special thing you got. You were right, I gave myself to someone else, but I never felt what I felt for you. I fought hard, listened to other people's advice, and I chose to fight against you. I paid a high price for this and suffered for it. She said you deserve to start over with a younger woman. All I can do is try to prove to you that I won't stop fighting for you. I hope you can forgive me, but if you can't, I understand. This was the last message she gave me, and I didn't reply. The same goes for the updates, so after the meeting I stopped talking to her. She would send me Facebook messages but then stopped. Then before Christmas, she sent me a message, a text message, and then sent me a voicemail on Facebook asking what I would be doing on Christmas or New Year's Eve. She sent me some quotes about forgiveness and a story about someone who learns who doesn't mature until later, and that everyone learns to mature at a different pace. The voicemail on Facebook asked me what I would do on Christmas or New Year's Eve, and she again sent me some quotes about forgiveness and a story about someone who doesn't mature until later, and that everyone learns to mature at a different pace, basically implying that the story was about her, that she didn't realize she had hurt someone until she lost everything, and now feels the pain of the person she hurt, and doesn't realize that person is the one she was supposed to be with. I didn't reply to her after Christmas, and her friend messaged me on Facebook, saying I'm a pathetic man, that I'm a coward and don't deserve her, that I'm weak and didn't move on and forgive her. She also said that men shouldn't hurt women's feelings like I did, that I had revealed my true colors and was narrow-minded. Then she said that if I really loved her, I would give her a second chance, and that all the things I said about loving her a few years ago were lies because now she was single and not as pretty, which showed that I was superficial and only loved her appearance, and she really tore me apart. I decided to message her friend back and tell her what makes me special. She said, "What do you mean?" I said she betrayed me, basically abandoned me, never considered me, had a baby with another man, you helped prove it and seduce her, and told her I was no good. A few years ago, her friend ignored me, just sent me a talk to the hand emoji and said, "Do you know what this conversation is about? You lost her. It's 2021. Women deserve better. Goodbye." When I told her you set her up with that cheating husband of hers, she couldn't answer. Her friends are toxic. I still feel bad for her. She's naive and indecisive. It's sad that girls can't think for themselves like my ex-wife. They have controlling women around them who do things like this. As a friend, I told her to shut up and comment on the fact that she set me up with her ex-husband who ended up cheating. Years ago, I told her I wasn't okay. This friend is an asshole. No remorse. She can't feel guilt or refuse to feel guilt or be sad. She advised my ex not to be with me, but then she married an asshole who cheated on and abandoned her, so she turned on me and said I wasn't man enough. I haven't seen this girl in 15 years, so is this my fucking fault? Talk about trying to deflect or eliminate any responsibility of their own. Edit. Blocked this friend and she managed to bypass the block. Let her read it. The crazy thing is, I didn't reply to my ex. Oh yeah, I forgot the part where her friend tells me how dare you, it would be her first New Year's Eve alone. I mean, what is this bullshit entitlement mentality? No pandemic, they stopped all mass gatherings trying to make me feel guilty or whatever. I hope some people are reading this and learning from my mistakes and story. It's extreme, but always avoid associating with controlling, manipulative, meddling friends like she was. Friends who tell me I'm no good and she deserves better. Then the same friends who set her up with her husband and ultimately betrayed her by leaving. I feel she deliberately attacked me by reporting to my ex, who she told me for the sake of appearances, to make her dump me and then set her up with a guy she was convinced was better than me. She wanted to find a way to avoid taking responsibility for her advice and mistakes. I think she was jealous because she saw that several girls had invited me to spend the holidays with them, and I ignored her messages and invitations, but responded to theirs saying only I'll see what's up, but please text me back. I noticed that these women never outgrow their poisonous tongues, even as adults. She probably cried to her girlfriend and then she attacked me as if she wanted me to be the bad guy because this girlfriend is the one who told her I was bad, and then years later she and the man she married, he cheated on her, so this girlfriend wanted to play the hero again to save face. A true manipulator doesn't like to feel guilty. I don't know if she is a sociopath or a psychopath. Wait, this crazy friend seduced your ex-husband, and when they had sex they were still married? Did this happen after she was still friends with the man who cheated on her husband? No, her crazy friend seduced her, which means she is the one who seduced my ex-girlfriend and her immoral ex-husband. She is also the friend who told me at university that I was bad because I was good-looking and weak because she claimed I played football and would probably cheat on her. Strangely, I played football and was likely to cheat on her, and strangely I play football and probably cheat on her. It's strange that my girlfriend is hooking up with her awful ex-husband. She is also the same friend who told me at university that I wasn't good-looking because I was good-looking and weak, and because she claimed that I might cheat on her because I played football. Strangely, I hardly spoke to this friend, and she was always rude to me face to face, but said these wrong things about me. When I met my ex-girlfriend, she was climbing all over the place like a monkey. I didn't know at the time, but she told me that her boyfriend was a waste of space and was cold to her, describing him as an idiot and making me hate him. When I was ready, she pounced on me, and then she told all her friends and family that I was a scumbag. She did to me what she did to her ex-boyfriend. I ran into her ex-boyfriend and he was a really nice guy, and he didn't know that she had told other people these things about him, and said it was unbelievable. I said no and logged onto my phone to show him an email she had sent me before, saying that he was an alcoholic loser who didn't have time for her and was a waste of space. He was shocked and so was I because he said he knew me, but she had told him I was just a friend from school. The only reason I admit I didn't block her is because she was spying on me, and it hurt deep down because she saw young girls I knew messaging me, and she saw pictures of my ex-girlfriend, and I know that touched her. When I saw her face to face, I never replied or responded once. She is no longer beautiful, no longer the vibrant young girl I knew. She kept saying how handsome I was, that she felt ugly next to me. Wow, you are so handsome. She no longer gets the attention she used to get. She is like a weak dog craving food or something, but I guess this is karma. I was very gentle with her, never yelled at her. She probably felt sad when I didn't reply to a text or voice message. When I replied to my former female colleague, she was very pretty. She told me, "Hey, what's up, sweetheart? Long time no contact, old man." She's 27 years old, and she called me an old man, but she said she was moving back to California, so I hope she can. I think when I responded, she read that and felt jealous or hurt and did what she always does, cry to her sisters or friends. I feel sorry for her. She is indecisive. I am a good person without hatred or malice. Others would take some revenge action, hate SS and destroy her, but not me because I have already moved on. Only painful memories remain in my heart. I remember in college if we disagreed, I got upset, she would run to her sister or friends to cry, and they would tell her what she wanted to hear, like it wasn't her fault, she couldn't handle guilt or making mistakes, and she had trouble making decisions. I remember her telling me her sister told her to give me an ultimatum and checklists. The crazy thing is that when we were dating, she told me while crying that her friends said I was weak and might cheat because according to them I didn't like shaking hands with girls, and also because I was a good-looking guy and played on the football team, so she was torn, she was indecisive and couldn't make her own decisions, and her friends knew that she had been cheated on in high school, which hurt her, so they could probably use that to manipulate her. All her friends are unattractive, she is a pretty girl, and her friends all have ugly boyfriends or are single, and even her ex-husband was not attractive or good-looking. I am not superficial, but this is what a female friend of mine told me. Toxic women are superficial. If they can't have better and more important things, they will be jealous of friends who have charming or sexy men. She said these are frenemies. Interestingly, they told her that I am a pretty boy and will probably cheat, But the honest and obedient husband is the one who cheats. Strangely, their insecurity is expressed through my appearance because I have the appearance of a model and played football, and they say I will eventually cheat. She is surrounded by submissive women who make her feel good, always flattering her and telling her she can never go wrong, so she enjoys the feeling. I remember her best friend telling her that she must try different penises before marriage. She told me her friend told her this. They also cried when my friend told them that she loved me so much that she couldn't stop thinking about me. One of her worst friends, her fat friend, started crying and said, "But you won't be with us anymore." Her younger sister also told her to give me an ultimatum or a list. Her father, who had also been in the army, said that men should do this and that he would get angry if a man didn't hold the door open for a woman, so she started judging me, saying why I didn't hold her hand while walking in the mall. But the man her father, family and friends approved of ended up betraying her while I was loyal to her, but they said I was just a pretty boy who would end up betraying her.